guys, welcome to Hello Hips. I'm Tiffany. This is my assistant Coco. Today, today we'll be on the ground, just working through some of these hip movements, just to open them up. We store a lot of emotions and tension and stuff in our hips. A lot of us are sitting at home doing work. A lot of us, even when we go to work, we're sitting. So let's just go ahead and take some time to pay attention to these hips, open them up, relieve some of that emotional stress and tension, and just get our day started right. So let's get it going. Coco will be checking form as she always does. She's very critical about the form that we do. So we'll go ahead and start in a seated position. You can do crisscross applesauce or legs out, whatever's comfortable for you. Just really want to settle here, grounding ourselves before we do this stretch. So just really focusing on inhaling deeply in through the nose, out through the mouth, and then driving that inhale all the way down into your hips. Just noticing where you're feeling tension, where you're feeling pain, where you're feeling discomfort. Just being mindful of that as we move through the stretch, so that you can really focus on that as we go through it. So deep breaths, just driving that energy of a new breath and new oxygen into the hips. Nice and deep here, just going ahead and slowing down your thoughts. Don't worry about what you were doing 5 minutes ago. Don't worry about what you have to do in the next 15 minutes. Just focus here. Focus on this area, your glutes, your hip joint, your thighs, that whole area there. Just bringing awareness to anything that comes up, even if it's not anything that has to do with your hips. If it's something emotionally or something like that, acknowledge it. And just when we're done with the practice, maybe deal with it. All right, so let's go ahead and open up into a nice straddle position, nice and gentle. So here we don't want to necessarily force ourselves open in this position. We want to just get our legs to a point where we can feel a nice stretch here on the inside of the thigh. Toes are facing up. I flex my toes toward me just to keep the legs a little bit activated. And we're just going to scoot our bottoms forward so that we're on our sits bones. Instead of just sitting on our meat, we want to sit on the bone and sit nice and tall, nice long neck, crown of the head is to the sky. So we're just going to lean forward a bit, feeling that stretch on the inside of the groin there. You can reach for your toes out here, or you can reach forward. Just try not to curve that back, because we're really just trying to keep a nice straight back to open up these hips. So leaning in here. You can press the knees to the ground to get a deeper stretch, but if that's too much, just relax them. Essentially, you want to be able to keep the knees relaxed as you lean forward. Breathing deep here, in through the nose, out through the mouth, sending the breath down, down, down into the hips. And with each exhale, if you can, reach a little bit further down, trying to keep that back as straight as possible. Neck is still long. Couple more deep breaths here, guys. Lower and lower into that stretch. Hands forward if you can. And gently walking all the way back up. Just sitting here, feeling the sensations that you feel in those hips. And we'll go ahead and bring those legs together. And we'll just kind of tap the knees up and down to stretch it out. So now we'll go into our butterfly stretch. So bringing the bottoms of the feet together. Again, we want to be on our sits bones, so make whatever adjustments you have to. I usually rock back and forth just to get the sits bones down on the ground, really grounding here. So we want to keep the back, again, nice and straight, nice and long through the neck. Either hands on the ankles, with the knees pressing with the elbows pressing the knees down, or you can have your hands just wrapped around your toes and just let your knees kind of float, but give them a little bit of pressure going down. So we're really opening up through the top of that groin area here. Nice long neck here, and we're just gonna lean. We really wanna keep that back straight. I'll turn so you can see. As soon as we start to feel that curve in that back, then we've gone too far. We really wanna just focus on keeping a natural hinge in that hip. So nice straight back, shoulders are down, and we're leaning forward. And it doesn't have to be a big lean, because you can feel it as soon as if you keep your back straight, as soon as you start to lean forward, you'll feel the opening up in that hip area. So remember, your option is to press those knees down if you'd like. Either way, we're still breathing nice and deep, in through the nose, out through the mouth, opening up through those hips. And you don't want to pull on yourself to force it. Really just feel the stretch wherever you are, guys. Each exhale, just trying to go a little bit deeper, relaxing a little bit more. So if you're going deeper, but you feel like you're straining to go deeper, then you don't need to go that deep. But when you take your exhale, if you feel like you can just go a centimeter deeper, then go ahead and do that, just maintaining that straight back. Almost there, guys. Hold on to it. And press back out, nice and gentle. And you can go ahead and bring the feet up and just kind of windshield wiper the legs. Opening up the hips is intense sometimes, so just want to take our time, be gentle with ourselves. There's no rush here. All right, so we'll go ahead and take a lay down. I don't know why I said it like that, but I did. So we're laying down here. We're gonna just do our nice figure four stretch or our pigeon pose on laying down. So you got a couple of options here. We'll bring that right leg, bringing that right ankle to that left knee. We're gonna just thread that triangle, hands behind the thigh of the left leg, and we're gonna bring that left leg in while we take our right hand and push that knee out. So right elbow is pushing the right knee out as the hands are clasped behind the left leg, so we can open up through that right hip. We want to keep that foot flexed to protect the knee, to protect the joints, and we want to make sure we are at a good 90-degree angle. So don't have the ankle down on the thigh. We want it as high up towards the knee as possible. If you'd like, you can go ahead and straighten that leg and do the same thing, pressing that right knee into that right elbow, or you can even reach above. If you have the mobility to press that right knee out on its own, you can grab your leg up here. So you got plenty of options here. So we'll just be in this position, and we're just going to gently, just like the other movements, inhale, and on the exhale, if you can bring it in a little bit closer, that's perfect. So this is a less aggressive than our pigeon pose, where we're usually laying on our bent leg in an upright position. So you can do this one, opening up that hip. You can feel it in that glute. Deep breaths, exhaling, relaxing the upper body, gentle pull with the hands, feeling all the sensations in your hips and your glutes. Pulling in just a little bit at a time on your exhale. As soon as you feel pain or anything like that, back it off, guys. We don't want to hurt ourselves. We just want to get a little bit more of a range of motion and flexibility here. A couple more deep breaths. release, nice and gentle, nice and slow, dropping that left foot down, uncrossing that right foot. And you can either windshield wiper here once again, just getting a little twist, or you can go ahead and straighten out those legs and kind of shake them out, feeling the difference in your hips now. Now that we've worked on one, just feeling if it feels more loose or feels open or what's going on, and then we'll go ahead and take it to the other side. So we're bending that right leg, crossing that left ankle as close to the knee as possible, high up on the leg. So remember, we're not down here. We want to keep a nice 90-degree angle in that left leg. We're threading that triangle, bringing the hands around the thigh, using that left elbow to push out that knee. And we're just pulling gently in with each exhale. If our range of motion allows us, trying to relax into the stretch here. Not forcing our body to do anything that it's not ready to do. Remember, you have the option to straighten that leg. If you have the range of motion to push that right knee out as you pull that left leg in. Deep belly breaths, guys, sending that oxygen right into those hips. Audible breaths help as well. So if you're kind of just breathing and it's quiet, I like to breathe loudly so that I can really envision that breath going in through my nose all the way down, past my belly and my abdomen, into my hips. And then all the stuff that no longer serving me in my hips is coming out of my exhale, creating space for that stretch. One more deep breath here. And release that leg. Uncross and windshield wiper. Or you can pedal out the knees with the legs straight. All right, so we'll go ahead and bring that right leg right back up. We'll drive that knee towards the chest. And what we'll do is we'll take our left hand onto our right ankle and our right hand onto our right knee. And we'll slowly just back and forth massage through that hip joint, massaging out that hip flexor, bringing the knee towards the elbow and then bringing it towards the opposite side of the body. So a nice little massage here. Activating that hip flexor. Just really giving yourself a nice hip massage here. If you want, you can turn that leg all the way out if you have that range of motion. And you can switch hands if you feel like you can bring that leg in. So really just feeling that whole hip, range of motion through that ball and socket hip joint, guys. Just creating that space, unlocking anything that's a little tight. We're still breathing here through the nose, out through the mouth. And then we'll go ahead and straighten that leg and then bring the other leg up and do the same thing. So right hand on the left ankle, left hand on the left knee. Now we're just back and forth, nice little massage here. Feeling the kinks, feeling whatever emotions or thoughts are coming up, acknowledging them, being grateful for this moment that we have to open our hips and just release things that are no longer serving us. You can switch hands, go a little bit deeper on the other side. Bring that leg back down and we'll go ahead and turn to the side. Go ahead and sit up nice and gentle. And then we'll take one more pose, nice and easy onto our knees in a tabletop position. This is a very complex stretch, guys, so don't go farther than you need to. So we'll go ahead and just walk the knees out. We're trying to keep them underneath the hips. Even though they're going wider than the hips, we want to keep that 90-degree angle. So we don't want to be out here yet. We don't want to be too far out here. We want to keep the knees in line with those hips. So we're walking them out as far as we need to. The feet are facing outward. The knee is in line with the ankle. And we're just going to sit back an inch or two just to feel a little bit of opening through the glutes and the hips. Go ahead and itch on her back apparently. And I'll turn to the side so you can see what it looks like from that angle. So feet are facing out, knees and ankles are in line, and we're just pushing a little bit back just to feel that stretch up here. Deep breath. This is a very intense one, guys. Couple more breaths. And then nice and gentle push out of it. Walk the knees back in. And then we'll just bring the hips down to the ground. And then push back into child's pose. Take a minute to relax. You can stay here for a while if you'd like, if you want to just kind of just be in a comfortable little compressed ball here, relaxing. You can even bring the hands around the back to just relax here. But if you're all set, then you are all set. Thank you for joining today for Hello Hips. I hope you feel a little bit more open and relaxed through your hips. This is something great to do at least once a week. We do hold a lot of tension, like I said, and it's great to just get that release and spend some time working through that area, especially for women. We hold everything in our hips, so it's really a great stretch. Hope you guys feel better. Enjoy the rest of your day. Me and Coco say bye-bye.